Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to Geek in the Closet, and today we are going to be looking at this Doctor Strange figure by Marvel Legends Hasbro. Now, similarly to the rest of the Marvel Legends figures, Doctor Strange comes in a standardized window box packaging. As you can see, the picture, the figure is clearly displayed right there, together with the accessories and one of the parts from the HulkBuster Build-A-Figure. And on this side, you can actually see the illustration of Doctor Strange, and on this side, the Vision. And on the back are all the figures available in this wave. Now here's a look at Doctor Strange himself outside of his box packaging, and I must say that this is actually my favorite figure in this wave. I have not looked at Thundra and together with Valkyrie, but I'm pretty sure that this Doctor Strange will definitely be my favorite. I love the color scheme, I love his expressions, although I do have some gripes about him, but mostly are QA related. So let's have a closer look at this figure. Now here's a closer look at his face. Of course, I'm loving this face, how he looks and everything. I love the fact that they didn't screw up the paint on his eyes, on his pupils right there. It turned out pretty cool. His eyebrows, of course, is sculpted and painted very well as well. Yep, there's actually the mustache too. And then on this side, I'm loving how this patch of gray, as we all recognize from Doctor Strange, of course, and his head, his hair right there is decently sculpted. Nothing special about his hair whatsoever, but yep, it looks pretty good. And on this side, it's similar to the other side as well. Now, looking towards his side, his arms turned out pretty good. Black paint, and then on his gloves right there, he does have like this maroon colored gloves, and I don't think that this turned out pretty well, because it doesn't really look like gloves. It kind of looked like it got bashed in by a hammer or whatever, and yeah, it doesn't really give it that leathery effect that it should. Now he also comes in this with this default hand gesture right there. In comparison with the other hand, of course, this one is touching the finger, the thumb, and the two fingers right there, they're touching. And on the other side, there's actually some space in between the fingers. Looking at his torso, of course, you can actually see this maroon colored paint over black. Nothing very special about it, but I'm actually really loving this design on his costume. You know, nothing too extravagant, but it actually looks pretty good. Moving downwards, you will notice actually this loincloth thingy which wraps around his waist right there, and I think that this is pretty cool. I'm loving this whole soft pieced plastic right there, which wraps around all the way to the back, and then it's actually sculpted in a way that it's actually flowing to his left side, like blowing in the wind or something. Here's a look from the back. It's very nice, pure black on this part, and then after that there's actually this maroon colored extra piece of cloth coming downwards like this. And he does come with two peg holes at the bottom of his feet right there. His leg is actually, yeah, it is all pure black basically. Now in terms of accessories, Doctor Strange comes with these two magic effects thingy-majiggies, and it's basically the same ones as the Scarlet Witch magic effects, except it's actually now painted in this lime Mountain Dew color, and it's made of hard plastic, of course. And what you're gonna do is basically, I assume that, you know, these circular motion thingies, you just fit it around the wrist of Doctor Strange, of course. And yeah, it's pretty easy to fit it through. However, you gotta actually push it way to the back to actually secure it in place, however, or else it's just gonna be like drooping down like so, which doesn't look very right. And of course, Doctor Strange also comes with the HulkBuster's left Build-A-Figure leg right there. Now in terms of articulation, this is where my gripes take place, because mine is very loose. As you can see, the head is very loose right there, but he's able to turn left and right, up and down very in a very, very impressive amount, of course, as usual, as expected by the Marvel Legends figures. And he can move his arms this much. He does have a swivel at the bicep right there. He does have a double jointed elbow, and one more part is like this QC problem right here is basically the wrist of Doctor Strange is very, very loose once again, but it swivels too. He does have an ab crunch right there, moves him forward this much and backward this much, which is pretty cool. He does have a waist swivel. He does have a swivel out in the upper thigh area like so. He can move outward this much, but of course this loincloth is actually hindering his movement just a little bit. He does have a double hinged knee, and mine, once again, it's actually very, very loose. As you can see, it's actually jiggling about very, very easily. He does have a boot swivel right there, and he has a hinge on his ankle which moves him, which is able to move downward this much, upward this much, and he does have a ankle pivot. Now here's a look at Doctor Strange next to the other figures from the HulkBuster wave. Now, of course, just for fun, here's a look at Doctor Strange together with some special burning effects by Tamashii Nations, and I feel that it goes perfectly well with the figure. I mean, of course, in comparison with these things right there, these look so much better. Now, overall, I think that this Doctor Strange figure is the strongest one in comparison with all the rest of the figures in this HulkBuster wave. I love this new look of Doctor Strange, of course. However, I still do prefer the classic look, but this look actually goes very, very well with this figure. Now, so that's it for my review, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace!